युगधर्म हरिनाम संकीर्तन यज्ञ की, जगत गुरु शिला प्रभुपाद की, समावेत गौर भक्त वृंद की, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे। Hare Krishna. So welcome you all to this Sunday feast program. So first of all, I would like to request all the devotees and my mentors and all the senior devotees to just pray for me so that I can nicely present and the service of all devotees, and please Srila Prabhupada, let us chant one time Hare Krishna mantra loudly so that we can have a nice mood in this session. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you all. Narayanam Namaskritya Naran Shaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Mudirayet Nashta Prayeshva Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtike Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Hare Krishna. So today we are discussing from chapter 5, from canto 5, chapter 14, text number 30. So this chapter is entitled Forest of Material Enjoyment. So this is a prose. Please repeat after me. Yada Pakandibir Atma Vanchitai Tair Uru Vanchito Brahmakulam Samavasam Tesham Silam Upanayanadi Shrauta Smarda Karmanushta Nena Bhagavato Yajna Purushasyaradhanam Eva Tad Arochayan Sudrakulam Bhajate Nigamachare Asuddhito Yasya Mituni Bhava Kutumba Bharanam Yata Vanarajate Yata Pakandibir Atma Vanchitaistair Uru Vanchito Brahmakulam Samavasam Tesham Silam Upanayanadi Srauta Smarda Karmanushtanena Bhagavato Yajna Purushasyaradhanam Eva Tat Tad Arochayan Sudrakulam Bhajate Nigamachare Asuddhito Yasya Kutumba Bhava Mituni Bhava Kutumba Bharanam Yata Vanarajate. Okay, so we'll go to translation. The pseudo swamis, yogis, incarnations who do not believe in the Supreme Personality of Godhead are known as pashandis. They themselves are fallen and cheated because they do not know the real path of spiritual advancement. And whoever goes to them is certainly cheated in his turn. When one is thus cheated, he sometimes takes shelter of the real followers of Vedic principles, Brahmanas or those in Krishna consciousness, who teach everyone how to worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead according to the Vedic rituals. However, being unable to stick to these principles, these rascals again fall down and take shelter among Sudras, who are very expert in making arrangements for sex indulgence. Sex is very prominent among animals like monkeys, and such people who are enlivened by sex may be called descendants of monkeys. So purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. By fulfilling the process of evolution from the aquatics to the animal platform, a living entity eventually reaches the human form. The three modes of material nature are always working in the evolutionary process. Those who come to the human form through the quality of Sattva Guna were cows in their last animal incarnation. Those who come to the human form through the quality of Rajoguna were lions in their last animal incarnation. And those who come to the human form through the quality of Tamoguna were monkeys in their last animal incarnation. In this age, those who come through the monkey species are considered by modern anthropologists like Darwin to be descendants of monkeys. We receive information herein that those who are simply interested in sex are actually no better than monkeys. Monkeys are very expert in sexual enjoyment, and sometimes sex glands are taken from monkeys and placed in the human body so that a human being can enjoy sex in old age. In this way, modern civilization has advanced. Many monkeys in India were caught and sent to Europe so that their sex glands could serve as replacement for those of old people. Those who actually descend from the monkeys are interested in expanding their aristocratic families through sex. In the Vedas, there are also certain ceremonies especially meant for sexual improvement and promotion to higher planetary systems where the demigods are enjoying sex. The demigods are also very much inclined towards sex because that is a basic principle of material enjoyment. First of all, the conditioned soul is cheated by so-called swamis, yogis and incarnations when he approaches them to be relieved of material miseries. When the conditioned soul is not satisfied with them, he comes to devotees and pure brahmanas who try to elevate him for final liberation from material bondage. However, the unscrupulous conditioned soul cannot rigidly follow the principles prohibiting illicit sex, intoxication, gambling and meat eating. Thus, he falls down and takes shelter of people who are like monkeys. In the Krishna consciousness movement, these monkey disciples, being unable to follow the strict regulative principles, sometimes fall down and try to form societies based on sex. This is proof that such people are descendants of monkeys, as confirmed by Darwin. In this verse, it is therefore clearly stated, Yata Vanara Jate. Hare Krishna. So let us all chant Mangala Charan prayers together. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurum Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Namavam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratvishe Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum lankaite girim yatkrupa tamaham vande Shri Gurum Dinataranam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Mishwaram. Hari Om Tat Sat. Hare Krishna. So just we'll read once again the translation. The pseudo swamis, yogis, and incarnations who do not believe in the Supreme Personality of Godhead are known as pashandis. They themselves are fallen and cheated because they do not know the real path of spiritual advancement. And whoever goes to them is certainly cheated in his turn. When one is thus cheated, he sometimes takes shelter of the real followers of Vedic principles, Brahmanas, or those in Krishna consciousness, who teach everyone how to worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead according to the Vedic rituals. However, being unable to stick to these principles, these rascals again fall down and take shelter among Sudras, who are very expert in making arrangements for sex indulgence. Sex is very prominent for animals, among animals like monkeys, and such people who are enlivened by sex may be called descendants of monkeys. So I just while meditating on this shloka, so actually our process is whenever we just take any scripture, so there are three things. One is Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasanam. So in the Nididhyasanam, if you just contemplate, so Prabhupada was saying every word in Bhagavatam, it has so many meanings. If you see now in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he explained around 32 and also and another way 16, total 64 in explanations is given to Atmarama verse. So in my understanding from this shloka, I want to derive the process of Bhakti Yoga is simultaneously very difficult and very easy. So let's just understand. So if you see in the 13th chapter, maybe we are right now in 14th, in 13th chapter, so Jadabharta, he explained allegory to Rahugana. Okay, and the same thing when Sukadeva Goswami requested to explain in a clear form. Okay, allegory can be misinterpreted by ordinary men because we are not so advanced in spiritual realization. So on the request of Parikshit Maharaj, so Sukadeva Goswami started explaining the allegory. So that is in 14th chapter. So if you see the current shloka we are discussing today in the 14th chapter, text number 30, in the previous 13th chapter, so this is the two shlokas. Now Jadabharta explained, that is what it is the detailed explanation given in this. So just let us read. Sometimes the living entity in the forest of material existence takes shelter of creepers and desires to hear the chirping of the birds in those creepers. Being afraid of roaring lions in the forest, he makes friends with cranes, herons, and vultures. So if you see in this, the important, now sometimes, a living entity, so we are all came here into the forest of material existence. That's why, in our Guruvashtakam prayer, so we say, Samsara Dava Nala Lida Loka. So this samsara is just compared to a forest fire. So, what we should understand here in this shloka, in this particular text, sometimes, I do have an experience. So, when I was going to funeral ceremony for my father, there is a word, smashana vairagya. So, immediately, this is what is our destination finally in the material world. So, a body will be burned to ashes, okay, or it will be eaten by the vultures, or it will be buried. So in this way, okay, a conditioned soul temporarily he get the vairagya, that is a renunciation. So he just thinks, oh, no, death is near. Okay, so how can I a solution for this problems of life, janma mrityu jara vyadi, that just sticks to his mind. And now, according to this sloka, now he makes friends with cranes, herons, and vultures. So death is compared to lion. Okay. Now let us come to next step. Being cheated by this. Okay, what are the false friends? Okay. So in the Bhagavatam, the asat they compared to. Okay. So asat sainya means they are all false soldiers, infallible soldiers. So being cheated by them, the living entity in the forest of the material world tries to give up the association of these so-called yogis, swamis in incarnations and come to the association of real devotees. So now the Elvari is saying, so he is not able to find the solution, okay, with these cranes, herons, and the vultures. Okay, that is what, you know. So Prabhupada is elaborating here. Okay, so he is saying, but due to misfortune, he cannot follow the instructions of the spiritual master or advanced devotees. Therefore, he gives up their company and again returns to the association of monkeys who are simply interested in sense gratification and women. He derives satisfaction by associating with sense gratifiers and enjoying sex and intoxication. In this way, he spoils his life simply by indulging in sex and intoxication. Looking into the faces of other sense gratifiers, he becomes forgetful and thus approaches death. So these are the two shlokas we can see allegory, right? So he saw the lion compared to a death personified, and he started making with cranes, herons, and vultures who are compared to the pseudo yogis, swamis, or incarnations. So now in this shloka, so today we just understanding. So what is this? We have to understand from this. The same thing, you know, is explained by Prahlad Maharaj just at the age of 5. So Prahlad Maharaj, he explained the understanding of these two shlokas. So one time Prahlad Maharaj approached Hiranyakashipu, offered Dandavat, and Hiranyakashipu, he melted in ecstasy, affection for his son. He asked, my dear child Prahlad, so what is the best thing you learnt, you know, in your Gurukul, in your school? Then Prahlad Maharaj, he said, Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Pada Sevanam Archanam Vandanam Dasyam Sakyam Atma Nivedanam. So these 9 processes of bhakti, no, he just explained, this is what I learned. Then immediately Hiranyakashipu, he became very angry. He said, oh, you are Brahma Bandhu, he is addressing to Sanda and Amarka. You taught asaram. Okay, asaram means which is not worthy. It's just useless. What is this? You talk to my son about devotional service. He is comparing devotional service to asaram. Then immediately Sanda and Amarka, oh my dear king of even is the enemies of Indra. He is conquered even Indra, right? So we didn't teach all these things. So naturally Prahlad, he developed this pure devotional service. Naturally, he developed that rati. And they also said this mati. The mati is always thinking of Krishna, remembrance. Then Hiranyakashipu turned toward Prahlad Maharaj. Oh, you are the fallen of our dynasty. And he's saying, where did you learn this? Asat mati. Again, he used that word asat mati. He's saying, this is again, it's nonsense. Now, Prahlad Maharaj is saying to this answer. Okay, 3 important shlokas which are connecting exactly to this shloka. He said, Matirna Krishne Paratasvatova Mito Bipadyata Gruha Vratanam Adanta Gobir Vishatam Tamishram Puna Charvita Charvananam. Because they said, right, Mati. Okay. Hiranyakashipu said Asat Mati. So Prahlad is saying, Matir na Krishne. That's why we say our senior disciples of Srila Prabhupada. So whenever you ask for blessings, what they say? Krishner Matirastu, right? You might have heard sometime. So here, Prahlad Maharaj is saying, okay, Matirna Krishne. This Krishna Mati Parata Swatova. You cannot understand by by instructions from others or Satova, just by reading scriptures or by own understanding. Mitobi means by mutual understanding, like discussions. Like we have a conference, try to understand what is the goal of life. Okay, in this way, a Grihavrata who have taken a vow that yes, this life is meant for my enjoyment. Okay, we have very short span, okay, whatever possible extent, so we have to enjoy. So such a person, Grihavrata, okay, for them this Krishnamati will not happen. That is the import. And he went on saying, why? Why it is not possible? He said, Adanta Gobir, because their senses are not controlled. Okay, just like in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna explained, those who simply give up family life or renunciation prematurely, okay, then you think, let me go to some dham and become a mendicant. They are called mithyachara. But internally Krishna is saying then senses are still contemplating on the sense objects. So here also, even after these things are happening, okay, but their senses are not controlled. Adanta Gobir, then Vishatam Tamishram. So they will be degrading to the sinful life. What kind of sinful life? Punah charvita charvananam. Means chewing the chewed. So today we had some enjoyment by eating. Of course, this is bodily demand. Okay, but we know today eating, again tomorrow eating, like the eating, sleeping, mating, defending. So all these 4 bodily demands. Okay, so if you are all absorbed in that, let's say, that's the Gurudaha Vrata. And this person is doing the same thing again and again, and is teaching his child, same business. Okay, so this is how a Griha Vrata. So opposite of Griha Vrata, there is Drodha Vrata. And that Drodha Vrata, only happens by the mercy of devotees. So, in this shloka, first thing what we understand, here, he sometimes takes shelter of devotees, but he is unable to stick to these principles, again fall down. Again, punah charvita charvananam. Because their senses are not controlled. And Prahlad Maharaj explained another important thing. Why would actually, they will not, remain, or we say, right, we bring so many newcomers to, Krishna consciousness during Janmashtami Gita course. But 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, we might find them, okay, very enthusiastically attending. But after a while, we don't see them again. Why? Why this is happening? So Prahlad Maharaj is explaining another shloka. He is saying, Nate viduhu swardagatim hi vishnum durashayaye bahiraddhamanina andaitamdair upaniyamana te pishatantriam urudam nibadda. These people, they have false associations. Okay, that's what normally happens. Somehow they came here also, they just out of fear of life, they came to the pseudo swamis, yogis and incarnations. Okay, when they're cheated, they came to devotees, but even with their first case or second case, they are not able to follow, but they again take shelter of the same punasa charvita charvananam. So what is the reason? Again, because they do not know their swarda, their self-interest is Vishnu. So if we attain Vishnu, okay, mamupetya punarjanma, okay, navidyate. So like that Krishna explained. So in this Griha Vrata, their understanding is Bahiraddha Manina. So they are very much bewildered by the material nature. And how they are bewildered? They think, okay, today somehow I failed, but tomorrow will be successful. This is what is Durasaya. Prabhupada was saying, hope against hope. So first of all, material happy is a hope, and he is having hope against hope. That is the understanding of Griha Vrata. And how he is actually getting that false hope? Because he is following the people who are also blind. Andha is also blind, first of all. He is not able to see that I can never be happy materially. But he, by seeing others who are, show bottle, like I'm very happy. Sometimes you see pictures, WhatsApp, in many ways, marketing, right? So there seems to be a very big smile, very happy by this. Oh, I should also get this. So this is how Andha Yatan there is blind following the blind. Upaniyamana. He is led by these blind people. And in this way, Isha Tantram, he is just bound by the three modes of material nature, Maya. And how it is compared? It is Urudamni, a strong ropes, Baddha. Okay. And that's where now Prahlad Maharaj is saying, oh Father, Krishnamati is not possible. Okay. This is about position right now. So you think you can easily get bhakti? No, it's not possible. He is given the last third sloka, Mahiyasham pada rajobhishekam nishkinchananam na vrunita yavat. Only a person who bathes in the dust of the lotus feet of a great personalities, Nishkinchana, Mahajanas, Matseva, only for them it is possible. So otherwise it's not possible. So in this shloka, what we should understand, this Pashandis, okay, and they are fallen and cheated, and these people, going here and there, okay. Mahaprabhu also saying, so a person who is not satisfied with the tongue, stomach and the genitals, he goes here and there. Okay. So Sishnodar Parayana. Okay. Iti Uti Daya. So he will be always trying to satisfy. Okay. So that is the nature of our conditioned souls. Now in this I am just presenting few slides to just understand how Prabhupada is connecting these shlokas. So first we should understand what are the characteristics of Pashandi. So I just captured from Prabhupada books only, all these things, but just to understand brief, okay, because most of us we understand, we can easily connect this. So first is Pashandi is non-believer in the God and scriptures or atheist, and sometimes he's a false incarnations, bogus, okay, and pseudo gurus. And there is another explanation given, Yastu Narayanam Devam Brahma Rudradi Daivatam Samatveneva Vikshena Sa Pashandi Bhaved Dhruvam. So, this is our one of Nama Prada also. Second, so we consider Brahma and Lord Shiva, they are independent or equal to Lord Vishnu. So these are demigod worshippers, so they also come under this category. So why I am discussing this one by one, we should understand this philosophy. Okay, whenever we see, oh, he is Pashandi. Okay, so just as somebody, they are deviated from Vedic life, immediately we say Yavanas, Mlecha, understand, right? In the same way, we should understand what is Pashandi here. And the third important thing is, they manufacture a new type of dharma. So whatever they think, okay, this is my opinion, it is also valid religious principle, and they say all the different, whatever principles are there, they ultimately go to the same goal. You do this way, you do that way, doesn't matter. As long as you are just following it and you attain perfection, you will have the same destination. But Krishna never approved this in Bhagavad Gita. Krishna said, if you yanti deva vrata devan, in that shloka, you worship this, you worship that, you will have a specific destinations. Okay. So here these people, their philosophy is yatamat tatapat. So whatever your opinion, okay, that is a real path of life. And first of all, as I said, non-believer, right? So here they don't have any scriptural knowledge. And in the name of this, they introduce all sinful activities. There are some new words actually. Prabhupada was very much strong in refuting the argument. Daridra Narayana, Swami Narayana. Okay, this we should understand. And these people also, they are Ekadandi sannyasis, and their goal is to become one with the Supreme. And they address each other as Narayana. Okay, so that is the way. They are all Pashandis. And important thing is, even though apparently they are also doing bhajana. Okay, you may see they are also reading Bhagavad Gita. but we should all understand if their goal is just opposite of the Vaishnavacharyas, Mahajana Enagata Sapanta, that is opposite pure devotional service. Okay, you should immediately understand that Mayavadi or Sunyavadi, they are also partialists. Okay, so this is understanding from this who are the pseudo swamis, yogis or incarnations, because they do not believe either in the God, or Krishna or scriptures, Bhagavad Gita as it is. And they are fallen and cheated. So there is one important understanding given in Bhagavatam. You can see in our Chaitanya Charitamrita and Prema Vaivarta. So Krishna Bahirmukha Jeev Bhogavancha Kare. Okay, so he came, why? We turned away of Krishna, the reason is Bhogavancha. Okay, so Nikatastha Maya Dare Japatiya Dare. So we just desired, let me enjoy. This is what Prabhupada was saying, lauding over material nature. So everyone has this tendency, and because of that we are put into this material world. And now this human form of life in the evolution, as Prabhupada said, there are three ways, right? In the Sattva-guna, the cow is the last animal. In the Rajoguna, it is a lion. Tamoguna, it is a monkey. So it's also, Darwin also said, we are descendants. But Prabhupada was saying the Darwin's theory is incomplete, because he explained maybe evolution, but he didn't explain the degradation. So even human form of life is a junction. Okay, you may think now I attained human form of life. Okay, there are misconceptions are there. Now, okay, just we just be worshipper of some god, and this is the last life. Or no, there is no more life. There are different illusions are there. Okay, so now here what is understanding? There is a cycle of birth and death. In that, the human form is a junction. Either you may be elevated or you may be degraded. So in Bhagavatam very nicely said, Mahatsevam dvaramahur vimuktes, okay, tamodvaram joshitam sangi sangam. Okay, so this is the principle is given. So but in this principle, it is classified, what is that? One is Nivritti Marga, that is a path of liberation. One is Pravritti Marga, the path of sense enjoyment. So if you do Mahatseva, that is Nivritti Marga. But if you do sense gratification, continuous punas charvita charvananam, that is Pravritti Marga. And Bhagavatam is saying this Pravritti Marga is a cheating process. So if you see, this is I know Telugu word and Hindi. In this, okay, I captured the shloka. In this Atma Vanchai, that is the word is used. Okay, so here also Sa Vanchito. Vanchita means cheating. A person is actually cheated himself or is envious of his own self. Why? Krichrena Mahata Bhuvi. He is always taking hard struggle to become happy materially by fruitive activities. And he is not concerned. Labdapa Vargam Manushyam and Vishayesu Visajjate. Okay, so this word we have to understand very clearly. Vishayeshu Visajjate. Okay, because we are conditioned by the three modes of nature. Okay, our natural propensity is to lord over material nature. Okay, and if a person continues in this process of this pravritti, we are cheating oneself. And in the name of this pravritti marga, there are various disciplines. So this we should understand very clearly. So one aspect I explained. Okay, a honest maybe atheist, or you can say I don't believe in God. That is better. Anyone can understand. Okay, this is a bogi. This is a bogus something. We can keep ourselves away from the association. But there are people who, as I said, right, in the name of religious principles, they have their own principles. They derive that again from the scriptures, and that is what we should be very careful. So what is the important understanding here? Krichrena Mahata Bhuvi. Okay, very difficult. That's what it is explained here. Very difficult. Okay, and if you see the pinnacle of this, it explained Aruhya Krichrena Param Padam Tata Patantyado Anadruta Yushmatangra. See, these people, they go such an extent, even they can be elevated to Brahma Jyoti, Param Padam. But Patam Tyado, but they'll again fall down. So what is the point of following these people? Are you able to follow, right? There's no point. They're again cheating. So in the cheating, I'm saying that the extreme is even go to Brahma Jyoti. That is Sayuja Mukti. But they will again fall down because they have not taken shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord. The Vaishnavas. We discussed, right? Mahi Yasham Pada Rajobhishekam. So Prahlad Maharaj already said, that's why the 3 shlokas, if you remember, we all very expert now to understand what is our position, and you can see who are actually are cheating. Okay. So what are the various disciplines are there? So Prabhupada explained this wonderfully. This is in Chaitanya Charitamrita. So if you say first one, in the Vedic knowledge, Karma Kanda, Jnana Kanda, Upasana Kanda, right? So like that. So all these things again, Traigunya Vishaya Veda, these are all material only. So Prabhupada is saying, say if you follow Karma Kanda, even sometimes it is something meant like material condition, we are advancing Dharma, Artha, Kama, right? So the people in our place they do Satyanarayana Swami Vratam, and people say they even spent a lot just performing this ritual, and it is God centered. Okay, they keep the lordships only, but the mood is just this Karma Kanda. Okay, so but this discipline, I'm saying one discipline. Okay, so this principle, Apara Dharma, we can say, it will not gain relief from material existence, because this person, you see, is in a Vairagya shortly, right? As we discussed, the condition of that person is Smashana Vairagya. Now he approached bogus people. Okay, now he has approached someone who are followers of Vedic knowledge, second category. Now we are discussing the second category here. Okay, right? So by following them, no relief. Or okay, we will go to a Gnani platform. And these people, they say, again said, right, that is a pinnacle. They want to become one with the Krishna. But that is also, saying permanent disappearance of loving service to Krishna. Permanent. That means if you say going to heavenly planet or merging into Brahma Jyoti, which is better? Huh? No. Merging means you are going beyond this universe into spiritual sky. Okay, try to understand. Going to heavenly planet, merging into Brahma Jyoti, which is better? Brahma Jyoti is better. Huh? No. Out of this relative, I'm saying. Out of this relative.
Heaven
is better. Okay. Because you will enjoy. Okay. But actually, the Shastra is saying, once you merge into the Brahma Jyoti, you will get Brahmananda. That is not comparable to heavenly enjoyment. That is there. Now tell me which is better. So which is better?
Higher planet is better.
Please raise higher planet is better. Anyone want to raise? Higher planet. Okay.
You can come down and you can do bhakti.
Okay. As per Prabhupada's understanding, going to higher planet is better, because there the chance is there. No, we'll get association of like Narada Muni and go back home back to body. Like you say Manigriva Nalkuvara story. Even though they're in an extreme degraded position, but they got a sadhu sangha. But if you go to Brahma Jyoti, no way. We don't know how long you will be there. In Brahma Jyoti, just your chitkana, that's it. So that's why Kaivalyam Narakayate. So it's actually hell. Okay, heaven is whatever we discussed, going to heavenly planet. But this Kaivalya, whatever we discussed, is Naraka. This we should understand. Okay, that's second thing. So this is also cheating, we understand, right? But these people, they can present Shastric knowledge wonderfully. Okay, and one of the realization is that Lord has no form, Nirakara, Nirguna, Nirvisesha, that's category. And third, these people, they Ashtanga yogis, they have so much material powers, but this also again temporary relief. So that's why, according to Bhagavata school, this path of religiosity is also a method of cheating its followers. Now we understand first category is that bogus. Second category, who are they?
Brahma Jyoti wale.
No, I'm saying different disciplines. Yatama tatapat. Okay, so See, dharma is a very, very confidential. Okay, it is explained, dharmasya tattvam nihitam guhayam. You cannot understand dharma. So what is dharma in this age of Kali? Sankirtana yajna. And whatever we see, if you go in the age of Kali, to this class of people, are we cheated or not?
Yes.
Sure, right? We are cheated. Everybody agree? Okay, so this is the point. See how we are cheated. Okay, so you just understand our life is very short. Okay, and we cannot attain perfection in any process in this case of Kali. So when if you see in Parikshit Maharaj, he was on the verge of death. He got a notice, 7 days left. We don't know how much time is left for us. And he just renounced everything. He did charity to all the Brahmanas, installed his son. Then he went back, he went to on the bank of the Ganges. He approached many people like karmis, jnanis, yogis, sages, everywhere. Around the universe, they came to this bank of the Ganges after hearing this about curse, for Maharaj Parikshit. Now, when Maharaj Parikshit approached them, everyone is saying, oh, this is not possible, this sadhana. If you have come early, I would have trained you properly so that you can attain Siddhi. So, in this way, everyone, they are giving their own things. You see, in those days. Okay, but all of a sudden, and by the desire of Lord Krishna, okay, so who appeared there? Sukadeva Goswami appeared. And what is Sukadeva Goswami said? Oh, 7 days, so much time. We just need just 1 second. Just 1 second. No, we'll go back home, back to Godhead. Now, when Prabhupada was challenged, Prabhupada, so we have so many powers. I can do this, I can do that. And Prabhupada said, I can do one thing. I can make anyone to go back home, back to Godhead. So what is that only qualification? He has to be accepting the shelter. Okay, here same thing. Parikshit Maharaj is surrendered to Sukadeva Goswami and he explained just by hearing Bhagavad Katha. Okay, so we'll attain the same siddhi. Whatever these people are misinterpreting again. Ante Narayana Spirit, that is what is ultimate. Yena tena prakarena mana Krishna nishevayat. So finally, our mind has to be absorbed in thinking of Krishna, and that's the only way we can go back home, back to God. And the Parikshit Maharaj, he got the answer. How? He approached, who is that Sukadeva Goswami now? Bhagavatas. Okay, so now I'm just taking very fast here because this slide I can share. So there is people who are actually after sense gratification, right? They are vishayis. And these people, they take, accidentally or by the whimsically, let me also have one guru. It's a matter of fashion. That's what Prabhupada was saying. And sometimes they think, okay, once I become initiated, I can show myself an advanced. But their only thought process is materially, success. And again, this is about the disciple. And about the guru also is explained. If a guru is thinking, let me have a rich class, first class materialist, okay, so that when I can build big things, right? There are many people, they always think, okay, if we have an opportunity to get more wealth, we can do more things, big expansion of this. So such a spiritual master who is accepting disciple without prior qualification of a disciple, and they are also a smarta guru. And Prabhupada is saying there are many caste Goswamis, actually they create disciples, but these disciples, they do not care for them or their instructions. And this is what condemned by Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. So he called these two classes, like we have, right, a society, let's say, ISKCON, International Society for Krishna Consciousness. For them also they have got one society. And that society where the disciple is not qualified, the guru is not qualified, okay, that is called Society of Cheaters and Cheated. And whatever the shloka we discussed today, 30th, they are actually meant, prakruta sahajiyas. The meaning here is they make everything cheap. They don't have spiritual vision. So when we recite Mahaprasade Govinde Nama Brahmane Vaishnave. So these are all spiritual. Okay, Salpamapyasya Dharmasya. Salpamapyasya Trayate Mahat. Sorry, I forgot. Salpa Punyam Vatam Rajan Viswasha Naiva Jayate. Salpa Punyam. So just somebody has little Sukruti, they cannot actually get faith. So here these people, they take everything spiritually in a material vision, contaminated. Okay, so they make everything cheap. That is what is the meaning of Prakruta Sajiyas. So if you see the people who came to the pseudo yogis, okay, their total combination, what you can say, society of cheaters and cheated. Everyone understand this point so far? Clear, right? Now, so what is the way? What is the way of attaining perfection? So it is there in the Katha Upanishad. Uttishta Jagrata Prapya Varam Nibodata Shurasya Dara Nishita Duratyaya Durgam Patastat Kavayo Vadanti. Durgam Patastat Kavayo Vadanti. So this human form of life is a rare. Okay, Sudurlabham, like that words are mentioned in the Bhagavatam. Okay. Durlabham Manusham Janma. But the path of self-realization, it is very difficult. Shurasya Dara, it is like a razor's sharp edge. Okay. Tat Kavayo Vadanti. Okay. This is what is opinion. What is the way? That's what we discussed. This path of bhakti is simultaneously difficult and very easy. But here what we see is difficult. So far, what we are seeing is we are all cheated. So we should all take that now, understanding. Imagine, if not Edina Prabhupada Hoite, if not Prabhupada came into our life, what would have been our position? Just meditate a single moment. We would have been cheated by one of these followers. Okay, right? So this is what same thing explained. Manda Sumanda Matayo Manda Bhagya Upadruta. In this age of Kali, okay, Manda, we are lazy first of all. And sometimes, as I said, his Prashana Vairagya, he developed the fear, though let me get some Bhagavad Gita knowledge. He came to, again, misguided, right? Sumanda Matayo. And his unfortunate Manda Bhagya. This is our position right now. But what is our right now position currently? What is our position? We are all Bhagyavan. There are people who say Dhanavan, Rupavan, so many vans are there. But we are Bhagyavan. So this we should understand. So I just captured in a step by step. See, there are 4 classes of people. Chatur Vida Bhajante Mam Jana Sukritina Arjuna. Sukritina. So first of all, we are taking the category of Sukritina. See, we are all different people are here. Some are senior, some are junior, some are advanced. We don't know who have perfected in previous life. They just again refreshed now in this life. Maybe 1 year old in Bhakti, but they have got so much Sukriti account. We don't know. So we take step by step. In this first category, in this Sakama Bhakta. Okay. See, the person who is Smashana Vairagya, we cannot consider him here. The reason is he is not at all fixed. Okay. This is temporary. That's what I am saying. Okay. When we see here this Sakama Bhakta, what is their qualification? It is explained, Eirupe Brahmanda Brahmite Kona Bhagyavan Jiva Guru Krishna Prasade Paya Bhakti Lata Bija. So by good fortune, that's what mainly here. He got the opportunity to associate with pure devotees. If you see, we are going with our last category. You see, first of all, person is they themselves fallen cheated and they do not know. Nate Vidhu Swardhagati Vishnum, we discussed. And after being cheated, he taken shelter of the Brahmanas, Vedic principles, Veda Vadratas. Okay, Karma Kanda, Jnana Kanda, all those. But we know, Prabhupada is saying, those in Krishna consciousness, we are going to that now. I hope this is clear. Okay, context. Now, by fortune, okay, we get association of Krishna and Krishna's devotee, okay, and we begin to chant Hare Krishna mantra, and our life is becoming sublime, right? We are seeing. That's why Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So Prabhupada made a statement in a letter. If one is properly guided, then he is very easily sent back to home, back to God. Very easily. See, these things, it is only giving us a real hope. So, now Prabhupada explains in the coming slides, I just captured in the, meditating on this, how one can very easily go back home, back to Godhead. Okay, and Prabhupada is saying Krishna consciousness movement is to make Nitya Baddhas again Nitya Siddha. Okay, there are categories, right? The Nitya Siddha, Krupa Siddha, Sadhana Siddha. Right? So we are actually following Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti. Okay, so we are getting closer to Krishna, right? By principles given by the Acharyas. So here, this is very importantly explained. Okay, this from Chaitanya Charitamrita. So I am connecting this to one point in that previous shloka. Please remember, I will also go back because we can easily, by seeing we can understand that. So here, this person, he came to either the followers of Vedic principles, Brahmanas, or the Krishna conscious devotees. But he is unable to stick to these principles. They are explained tat arochayan, means no taste. They don't have a taste. Okay. Or in this previous shloka, Prabhupada is saying, these people by misfortune, right? He cannot follow instructions of spiritual master. In the red you can see. Due to misfortune, he cannot follow the instructions of the spiritual master. Okay. So now, what is our position actually? Okay. So Chaitanya Prabhu is explaining this thing in Atmarama translation. Okay. Mahaprabhu explained Sanatana Goswami. One is elevated to the platform of devotional service by the mercy of Vaishnava. See, Bhakti is as good as Krishna. Krishna is Swarat, so Bhakti is also Swarat. No, one cannot make one's endeavor, as Pralamara said, Matirna Krishna, that we should remember. It's not possible, we cannot get Bhakti just like that. So, only by the mercy of Vaishnava, a bona fide spiritual master, or by the mercy of Krishna, Guru Krishna, Krupaya. So on this platform, it's very important, see, one gives up all material desires and association of unwanted people. Thus, one is elevated. Okay, Pralamara said, okay, my attraction to Krishna is such that I'm automatically, just as iron fillings are automatically attracted by the magnet. So there is no need, I need to make any, endeavor. One devotee from Chopati, he was explaining in a class, you just stand in the platform in Mumbai trains. Somebody will push. Okay, I remember that example. See, that means we have to be in the right place. If we are in the right place, then automatically we can attain Bhakti. Being in the right place is our intelligence. That is only our credit. There is no credit. Everything is a causeless mercy of Krishna and Prabhupada. Okay. So this is what Mahaprabhu is quoting. Satsangan muktas dusango hatum notsahate buddha kirtyamanam yasho yasya sakruda karnya rochanam. Here just the opposite. Arochete. Here rochanam. Okay. Sakrud. Sakrud means just once. Akarnya here, which is a pleasing. Okay, so here the intelligent explained. Just if you hear about Krishna in association of pure devotees, this is what is important. So when you say pure devotee, oh Prabhu, are you pure devotee? If you ask me, what is the answer I can give you as per Prabhupada's statement? One who follows pure devotee is a pure devotee. As long as the connection is there, as long as we are abiding by the instructions, okay, we are pure devotee. Okay, so that's where only in the satsanga, okay, we have to hear about Krishna. If you hear from others, bhakti will not develop. That's where Prabhupada was saying many times, many people, so they have been here, right, earlier in the US and Europe, but none of people became devotees. But when we make a humble effort in my faith in my Guru, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, okay, Just on his order, we are chanting Hare Krishna in Thompson Square Park. Everyone they became attracted. Just once they heard that Hare Krishna from Srila Prabhupada, lips of okay. Guru Mukha Padma Vakya, that's what we say, right? Padma Vakya. And immediately they became attracted. That's what he explained. Satsangam Mukta Dussango. Immediately they gave up the bad materialistic association. Okay. So this is a very, very important thing. So Prabhupada was saying in this thing, Satam Prasangat Mama Virya Samvido Bhavanti Krutkarna Rasayana Kata. So Virya, Prabhupada was saying this Virya, just as a father is potent and mother is fertile, then there is a possibility producing child. So otherwise, the bhakti which is compared to a child, it is not possible. And another one analogy Prabhupada is saying, Ajagala Stana Nyaya. See, Aja means goat. On the goat you will find nipples, right? So do you think you can get some milk? No, right? So whatever the processes are discussed, they are all compared to Ajagala. Gala means the neck. Stana means nipples. Nyaya. That is logic. So one cannot derive any benefit out of that. We cannot derive any benefit out of that. So here, this is what we should understand. Okay, Mahaprabhu is saying, I explained one thing is devotee Bhagavata. How many Bhagavatas we know? 2 Bhagavatas. What are they? Yeah, Grantha Bhagavata and person, Bhagavata, devotee. So this is what is explained. Mahaprabhu is saying. See, again this shloka, there are 2 things I connected today. That's what I realized. One is Prahlad Maharaj 3 shlokas. Okay. And second, Mahaprabhu is saying, when you come to Bhagavata, there is no question of falling back. Because the attraction is so much, it's difficult. Even if apparently somebody may be away, but Krishna will never leave us. Okay. Vaishnavas will never leave. Because the devotees are praying for us. The mentor's job is that. So Mahaprabhu is saying, cheating oneself and cheating others is called kaitava. Associating with those who cheat in this way is called dussanga, that is bad association. And anything other than Krishna service is also bad association. So this Mahaprabhu is quoting this. The great scripture, Srimad Bhagavatam, compiled by Mahamuni Vyasadeva from 4 original verses, describes the most elevated and kind-hearted devotees. Okay. So Paramo Nirmat Saranam Satam. And it's saying that completely rejects the cheating ways of materially motivated religiosity. That means Pravritti Marga. We know the cheating process, right? That is what he's doing. Okay. So Dharma Projita Kaitava. Okay. So, and what Bhagavatam is doing, it is propounding the highest principle of eternal religion, which can factually mitigate the threefold miseries of a living being and award the highest benediction of full prosperity and knowledge. Those willing to hear the message of the scripture in a submissive attitude, Prabhupada was saying many times, this is a very key word. Okay, I am just trying, whenever we come to reading or hearing, submissive oral reception. One has to be submissive. Then only, that vibration enters our heart. That's what actually oral. Okay, that Sabda Brahma. The Sabda Brahma. And we become, that's Krishna explains, Srunvatam Swakata Krishna. Udyadasto Yabhadrani. So, Vidinoti, this cleansing process, that is what reception. Submissive oral reception, okay, then what once capture the Supreme Lord in their hearts. Therefore, there is no need for any scripture other than Srimad Bhagavatam. So, I hope what I was just connecting here are able to follow, right? Everyone followed? So, these, even Smashana Vairagi, let's say, I'm just taking example that person, because this is what happens to everyone. At some point in time, you get frustrated in materially. That one moment, if you get a chance, because of, again, Bhagyavan, if he is Bhagyavan, he comes to association of Bhakta Bhagavata, okay, or Grantha Bhagavata. That's it. Then, our back to home, back to what it is assured. And there is one important thing. Okay, it is there in the Chaitanya Chandramrita. See, this thing is our actual secret. Why now the outsiders, when they just approach Srila Prabhupada, they are not able to understand. These Americans, they are all our students. But before, they never turned even to step into our churches. They never shown interest to understand our God. But now we are seeing they are so much interested. Why? How? This is what they are asking questions. Prabhupada explained only, it's all causeless mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So we should understand that. Okay. So Prabhupada, when he is translating also, Parama Karuna Pahu Dui Jana. Parama Karuna, two merciful lords, Pahu Dui Jana. Nitai Gaura Chandra, Sabhavatara Sara Siromani. Sabhavatara, of all incarnations, Sara Siromani there. Okay, they repeat them. We say, right? Namo Mahavadanyaya, right? Now most magnanimous. Now, why Prabhupada is saying Kevala Ananda Kanda? See, whatever process, initially there is no Ananda. You have to do struggle. Then, at some point in perfectional stage only one can derive that bliss. But here, this process is given by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Okay. What is it? Kevala Ananda Kanda. Anyone can say 3 words? Our process? 3 words. How our process is Kevala Ananda Kanda?
Chanting, dancing.
Yes, chanting, dancing, feasting. Prabhupada said, is there any problem? Come and chant. You feel hungry. Okay, have prasadam. Always see that your tongue is absorbed in either chanting or tasting Krishna prasadam. This is a simple formula. Ata Sri Krishna Namadi Nabhave Grahim Indriyai Sevan Mukehi Jihmado Swayam Eva Spurtyadaha. The Lord will reveal himself. So that's causeless mercy is explained. If a person is actually deriving that attachment, okay, understanding. See here is just like that. Prabhupada was saying one time, when the disciples asked, why Prabhupada, so many books have been written. And what is the Prabhupada answer? I just writing in different ways so that you may be convinced to one important thing, that chant Hare Krishna and be happy. That's the only thing. That's the only objective of writing so many books. Now, if we are not convinced that this is the only way that we can be happy, like we become, the other opposite is Gruha Vrata. We cannot become Drudha Vrata. So we have to choose, either, without any faith in the Guru, keep ourselves in a Gruha Vrata, or have conviction and I become Drudha Vrata. So if you become Drudha Vrata, such a person, he has this kind of realizations about Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Okay, what he is saying, whatever we discussed so far, summary is given here. Sorry. Kaivalyam Narakayate. Okay. So for whom this is explained, I highlighted this. Yat Karunya Kataksha Vaibhavatam. Vaibhavatam. Okay. So whoever they got merciful glance now of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, for them Kaivalya Narakayate. This merging into a Brahmajyoti is a Naraka. Tridasha Pur Akasha Pushpayate. So going to heavenly planet, it's just like phantasmagoria. Okay, if somebody says Jurassic Park, I want to go, is there Jurassic Park is there? It's just like that. Phantasmagoria. Okay. Durdan Tendriya Kala Sarpa Patali Prokata Damstrayate. So this is our struggle. We are trying to control our senses. So much trouble, right, in that. That's what we think. Ekadashi, we cannot follow. No, just out of natural desire. But here, Durdan Tendriya, these senses are so strong. Okay. But they are compared to like Kala Sarpa Patali. But Prokata Damstrayate. But their fangs have been broken. So if a serpent fangs are broken, is there any harm? No, right? So that's what I compared. And for him, If this material world is dukkhalayam asashvatam, that's what we heard. That is what Krishna said. This Krishna's point is dukkhalayam asashvatam. But Chaitanya Prabhu is saying, his devotees, what are they saying? Vishwam purna sukayate. Is it not a miraculous thing? Vishwam purna sukayate. And vidhi mahendradis cha kitayate. Vidhi means Brahma. Mahendra means Indra. The post of Brahma and Indra is compared to kitayate. Okay. And this is how the devotee is saying. Yat karunya kataksha vaibhava vatam tam gaurameva stumaha. So whenever we chant Hare Krishna mantra, okay, there is one important realization also. So one time Mother Sachi Devi, she offered bhoga. So that time Krishna and Balaram, they are just trying to take offering. Then Nityananda Prabhu said, no, you cannot touch this. This is a era of my worshipable, my beloved master, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. You are able to follow, right? So this is era of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Now this offering should actually go to my master. Nityananda Prabhu is saying, is Balaram himself. Balarama Hoilo Nitai. So we should understand Krishna has spoken Sarvadharman Parityaja, but there is no effect. There is no effect. But when Mahaprabhu is shown by his example, is Krishna himself in the form of a devotee, okay, he has shown by his example. Now everyone and all over, Mahaprabhu is dedicated. I will go to South India, these are fortunate. Mahaprabhu all traveled all these places, delivered all of us. Okay, so he has taken Bengal, Nityananda Prabhu, and Uttar Pradesh, India, so all the Goswamis. So what we should understand, in these times, if you really want to be successful, by chanting Hare Krishna mantra, we should all focus on Chaitanya Prabhu, Nityananda Prabhu. This is one of our Namamurta realization you can find. Okay, I hope many of you know, but I'm just reiterating. So by always thinking that I'm chanting for the pleasure of Chaitanya Prabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, then we can never fall back to our material sense enjoyment. So I'll just take 10 minutes, I think. I just captured my understanding. I was thinking, okay, why these people, as we said, right, what is that category of people who said Smashana Vairagi, right? I was taking that example, okay, all the time. So they're maybe we can say neophyte, very beginners, okay, or other way, they are all little progressed, okay. So let us understand why neophytes are not able to continue in the spiritual life. So first one is addiction to sinful life. We have to understand, if we are holding any of these misconceptions, in our near and dear, immediately we should connect. Okay. So one is Esham Twantagatam Papam Jananam Punya Karmanam Te Dvanta Moha Nirmukta Bhajante Mam Drudabrata. As I said, the Gruhavrata, he cannot get Krishnamati. Only a Drudabrata get. How is Drudabrata get? He explained. He has to get rid of all sinful reactions. So because of his addiction, that's why he is not able to sustain. And Gruheshu Gruhamedinam Apashyatam Atma Tattvam. He is not at all inclined to spiritual life. That we discussed. Nate Viduhu Swardhagatimi Vishnu. And there is another shloka in Bhagavatam says Kutumba Baranana. Okay, he is always busy. Okay, if you ask you somebody, right, please come to Gita course, please come to a Sunday program, they say, oh, busy. All 5 days I'm busy in office, the 2 days I'm busy at home. Okay, so I'm serving either my male boss or the female boss, only these two. So this is how our life is wasted. And third thing, Ajna Ashraddha Dana Samshayatma. So Krishna explained this in the 4th chapter. They don't have faith in the revealed scriptures. So that's the reason they are not able to sustain. Okay. And other thing, they are always busy working for fruitive activities. And they are more greedy. Atyara Prayasa. Okay. So too materially engrossed is attachment to hearth and home. Okay. Ata gross kshetra sutapta vittair. Like that, that is our entanglement. But here, he wants to expand. Okay. We already came to this material world diseased. Don't increase the disease. So here this person is increasing more. That's how he is greedy. Okay, lusty and greedy. And this is also very important thing, association with worldly minded persons. We are trying to give so much association in 2 hours time. Once they go back, all the time there, whatever we discuss, pseudo yogis, all philosophers, all these different schools. Tamodvaram Joshitam Sangi Sangam. Okay, so this association, that's why Mahaprabhu said, who can be a Vaishnava? Asat Sangatyaga Ei Vaishnava Achara. If you want to claim right from day one, I want to become a Vaishnava, you should Asat Sangatyaga. And this is very important. People have seen many people, they keep asking different conceptions. So I think Lord Shiva, I think this, I think that. There are different opinions. Okay, and they think now Nirakara, Nirvishesha, again impersonal way. So Mayavadi Bhasya Sunila Haya Sarvanasha. Mahaprabhu has explained that. And they also surrender to different demigods. Alpamedasha, they don't have. Sumedasa only can accept Mahaprabhu. Yeah, the Alpamedasa, what can they do? That's their unfortunate. And finally, not taking shelter of a devotee. They are sentimentalist, fanatic, or hypocrites. They come very nicely, complete Gita course I have seen. At least I got 2-3 contacts like that in our Bhakti Riksha. Their attendance is top class. And I got the first member, this is for you. You are very fortunate to you got this devotee in your Bhakti Riksha. And as soon as 1, 2, 3 calls, he is saying, no, busy, I'm busy. So many excuses all the time. Why? See, they are just sentimental. Okay, they just accept a couple of things, they reject. That's what sentimentalism. Prabhupada was saying. Bhagavad Gita means you have to accept all the shlokas. I accept one thing, I don't accept another thing. This is all fanaticism. So religion without philosophy. So I just capturing even initiated devotees. Okay, so we are seeing some cases unfortunately. So why this is happening? So Prabhupada also was quoting even advanced devotee also falling down. That is another slide. Okay, here at this level, why initiated devotees, they are also having these obstacles. So first one is abandoning the religious principles. Now we are all devotees. I am also wonderfully practicing nowadays. But as soon as we get into bad association, that day chanting very difficult to get up Mangalarti, Brahma Murta chanting. Somehow struggle to complete 16 rounds by the end of the day. Okay, or abandoning regular principles doesn't mean somehow chant 16 rounds. Prabhupada said minimum 16 rounds offenselessly. But that day we abandon the regular principle, we think, okay, today I kept my vow, I am great. Still, in the bad association, that means, whatever the devotee said, my mentor, is wrong. It's not applicable to me. Second day, he starts. Third day, fourth day, slowly this is what happens. And the Bhakti Devi, leave us. So there is stories of the Ajamila and Bharata Maharaj. So they explain, Ajamila, even praised by Yamadutas. No one glorifies. Anyone see? Any bona fide people? No one glorifying us. Why? Because we have not been recognized to that level. But Ajamila is glorified by Yamadutas. In the past he was a nice Brahmana. But all of a sudden he came upon a prostitute. Okay, he couldn't control his mind. He is struggling to meditate in the regulative principles, sadhana, but he couldn't. So why? What is it making? Because of his Dhyayato Vishyan Vamsa, his mental attachment, Mityachara, right? We discussed. So he's always attaching his mind to the prostitute. So he has abandoned regulative principles. 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, he has never came back. But somehow Lord helped him to always chant Narayana in the form of his child. Okay, that is again Krupa. And Bharata Maharaj, anyway, we'll take it next slide. So second important thing is thinking the spiritual master an ordinary person and envying him. So a guru, if you think it is the ordinary person, Arche Vishnu Shilar, Gurushu Naramati, Vaishnava Jati Buddhi. These are the 3 important things we should all understand. This Gurushu Naramati, my guru is just ordinary person. I can do whatever I like. Very important one realization. Bhaktichar Maharaj explained, just because Prabhupada is departed to his abode, the Golok Vrindavana, we don't see Prabhupada physically, the people have taken their own ways of life. But don't you, is actually teaching his mind something. Don't you think Prabhupada is there? Because in many of the letters, I am there in my Murti. From there I will, okay, you can connect to me. You can follow my instructions. And other ways, Prabhupada said, my books are there. I always live in my books. So those things, even so advanced, right? They came to the commitment of chanting 16 rounds and following 4 regulative principles. But because we think Guru is an ordinary person, okay, and just as I can do whatever I want, okay, we fall back. But if we have, just as right now, we are all in devotee association, our mind doesn't go, even mind also is not disturbed. Just imagine, if you just think the Guru is always with me. So the same thing, Bhakti Maharaj one day he told Prabhupada, I think, how much trouble you might have faced alone coming to US and preaching and spreading this Krishna consciousness. Immediately Prabhupada said, who said I'm alone? He was shouting, my Guru is always with me. This is what Prabhupada realization. See, at the time when I was literally in bad health, I was also thinking I don't have good association, because every devotee is busy. Every devotee is busy. It's not blame. But the thing is that our unfortunate is we only practice bhakti in the devotee association. But when the devotees are not there, what is the only shelter we have? That is only Guru. So if we remember this one principle, that Guru is not ordinary person, is always with us as soon as we got our Diksha. And when we chant, Tulsi Mala, the Guru has chanted this Mala, I am also chanting on the same Mala, what it's chanted by Guru, with that faith. One day, a senior elderly person, he came to have a darshan of Prabhupada, and somehow he came to know that Prabhupada gives audience that time. And he's a very old man, and the devotee is escorted inside Prabhupada's room, and Prabhupada said, yeah, so what do you want? Something. I want to chant Krishna. Something was broken language is saying. Okay, you have beat bag? No. Prabhupada said, okay, give one beat bag. Prabhupada said, you know how to chant? No. Prabhupada started chanting, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. He chanted again. Okay, you understand now? Oh, let me chant. Like that, Prabhupada completed all 100 times. And he handed over that Japamala to that old man. And after this episode, everything done, the devotees, when they are some visited that person home, they need to give some prasad. I don't know what has happened. I think the family members, they were just revealing. This person, from that day, he never stopped chanting. And how he is chanting, he is always looking at the picture of Prabhupada, intensely praying to and chanting Hare Krishna mantra. And the time when he left his body, his hand is also just like this. That means, he just left his body in the last minute on the beat bag, chanting Hare Krishna mantra. So, this is one important thing. While chanting, we should always connect to our Guru. And neglecting the transcendental loving service of Krishna. See, I always think, only when you become a preacher, we can advance in bhakti. So initially, everyone comes like a new bride, all the devotees will take care of the person nicely. We will be given nice prasad, all the important things, instructions, paraphernalia, everything will be offered, gifts, everything. Some level of advancement happens by their enthusiasm or by their association. But at some point, we can only advance in bhakti if we take to this our family business of preaching. So without this preaching, no one can survive in bhakti. It's not possible at all. Okay. And important few things are another Vaishnava aparad is compared to Hati Mata aparad. So we should never commit an offense at the lotus feet of Vaishnavas. Okay. And not surrender to Krishna or his representative. So one time I heard two important words. People, they say surrender. Externally, they are surrendering. But internal surrender only is what is tested by Maya. Thus, internal surrender comes, as we discussed above, right? How much we are attached to following the Guru's instructions as our life and soul. Prabhupada was saying, okay, Vyavasayatmika Buddhi, that Buddhi in that shloka, Vishnu Chakra Thakur has translated. If one takes, okay, the final instruction of Guru as a life and soul, that order is more connecting than one's Guru. Okay, he is the person actually internally surrendered. He's always thinking, he's absorbed in thinking. Okay, how can I expand? How can I spread this Krishna consciousness? Because that's what my Guru's desire. Okay, my Guru's desire is to increase the number of devotees, bring all of them to Krishna. Okay, and if you see, that the bhakti is actually affecting us. So there is one important shloka we can find. Prabhupada was asked, Prabhupada, how do we know that we are advancing in bhakti? How do we know? Prabhupada said, do you need any certificate or something? Now Prabhupada said, an analogy here. Okay, so there is one shloka, Bhakti Pareshanubhava Virakti Anyatracha Tushti Pushti Shodapaya. Okay, there are three things analogies. So when you eat prasadam, we find satisfaction, we find nourishment, and our hunger is satisfied. Our hunger is appeased. Then no one needs to give any certificate that you have nicely eaten now. Nothing. So here, if we are progressing in bhakti, one can know ourselves that our taste in bhakti is increasing. Okay, the bhakti para isha anubhava. That means we are actually understanding that in the chanting, we are reciprocation of Krishna is there. Okay, if not, that means something is, our process is not followed properly. We need to check with our mentors and our spiritual master. So Prabhupada is saying, for a sincere person, devotional service is very easy. But for one who is not determined or dodavrata, sincere, this process is very difficult. So I'll just take a couple of slides. You can see here, Bharat Maharaj, once he came upon this deer, he forgot the rules and regulations and for advancement of spiritual life, and he forgot to worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and he also forgot everything about spiritual advancement. So 3 stages. So fall down is not just like that. Okay, but we can get Krishna just like that. Fall down is a stages. Jayata Vishan Pumsa, if you remember, stage by stage is there. But the beginning stage, okay, contemplation of the senses, that's what we should always see. Prabhupada is saying how we can actually avoid ourselves. So Prabhupada is saying by observing the rules and regulations and regularly chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Yama and Niyama, right? So here, the green, whatever is there, this is the secret of our advancement. We must rise early in the morning, bathe, attend Mangalarti, worship the deities, chant the Hare Krishna mantra, study the Vedic literatures, and follow all the rules prescribed by the acharyas and the spiritual master. If we deviate from this process, we may fall down, even though we may be very highly advanced. It is not highly advanced, very highly advanced. Okay, try to understand. Whatever the opportunities for Brahma, the same opportunities are there for us. Mahat Seva or another one, Yoshitam Sangi Sangam. Okay, either we do service to Mahatmas or we do service to Anda Yatande Upaniyamanas. If that is the case, no, it is the same applicable for everyone. And this is one realization. Okay, what is importance here, Guru again. So this human body is a perfectly constructed boat. Okay, only in human form we can get understanding of Krishna. And the Guru is a captain, Guru Karnadaram. And Krishna is saying, Mayanukulena Nabasvate Eritam. Okay, it's a favorable wind. Okay, so if we have such an opportunity, okay, why we are missing? Again, this age of Kali, this is a golden period. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu era, 10,000 years. The door is open for Golok Vrindavana. If we miss this opportunity, we are most unfortunate after understanding that normally in other ages Vaikuntha only maximum. But in this, we know what is Aishwarya and Madhurya of Krishna, we can go back to Golok Vrindavana. If you miss this opportunity, you can just understand. Okay, so I'll just take this is the last final instructions Prabhupada has given. Just I think this was captured before Prabhupada he has given his some final points to his disciples. And Prabhupada was asked, "Oh Prabhupada, in your absence, how can we continue? How can we continue?" So Prabhupada said, "Whatever I has to say, I have already said in my books. Now you must all try to understand it and continue with your endeavors. Whether I am present or not present doesn't matter. I will always be with you through my books and my orders. Have Sankirtana." Again, books are the basis. Here, have Sankirtana. All Europeans, Americans, Africans, United Nations, under Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's flag, do everything just as I have shown you. It is possible. This is the real United Nations. You try under the protection of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and things will be successful. You see here, this proper final instruction means it's just like Krishna, after all explaining 700 slokas, summary shloka, just like that, Prabhupada is saying here also, you try under the protection of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then only will be successful. Others will simply waste their time and be disappointed. This is what happened, right? That Smashana Vairagi. So, what will happen to them? They will die, they will go to another body and suffer again. So, material motives should be given up, because this is what is making our ISKCON so bonding. Okay, no more material motives, and everything favorable should be engaged in Krishna's service. Then there will be success. As soon as one forgets Krishna and wants to enjoy life independently, he falls down. So this is all captured in Back to Godhead actually. So this is an important my realization. Hare Krishna. So thank you all for your time. So please meditate whatever we discussed today. In summary, we have come to a right movement, Krishna consciousness, and by knowing the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, okay, even if you remember Prabhupada at the time of death, we will have the same destination. This is Prabhupada's words. That's the merciful acharyas we have. Okay. Hare Krishna. Thank you. So I don't know, one question we can take. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhu. Because I was able to connect a lot of things and reminded all the points how we are like fortunate that we are in the line of this great lineage of Acharyas. So one point I wanted to understand, please elaborate that, how the worshippers of demigods are pasandes, because at least they are going down against some higher authorities, so they are in the path of advancement. So can we consider them as a pasandes?
Yes. See, when the demigods are worshipping, okay, what is the motive? That we should understand. As I said, even this Mayavadis, they follow the same thing. They do bhajan also. You will see, oh, very absorbed in, is glorifying Lord only, right? But they say, now this process is like a ladder. Once I reach to the top, I'll kick off the ladder. That means their goal is not Krishna. Their goal is not Krishna Katha, Krishna Kirtana. Okay, understand, Prabhu? So here also the demigod worshippers' motive, Kamais Taiste Hrutagnana. Krishna said that very clearly. Their motive is to just material enjoyment. And these people, they think only this demigod is, supreme, he can only give me the fulfillment of material desires. Able to follow, Prabhu? So the motive we should see. Here, Yastu Narayana Devam Brahma Rudradi Daivatam Samatveneva. Samatveneva means he's thinking, if I worship this god or that god doesn't matter. As per my swabhava, this is what is important again. My swabhava goes, he has developed inclination to worship a particular demigod for fulfillment of material desire. He is called Pashande. But what about Sakama devotees? He understands Akama Sarva Kamava Moksha Kama Udaradi. Okay. So Tigrena Bhakti Yogena Ejeta Purusham Param. He comes to Krishna only. Just as Dhruva Maharaj, he also wanted material happiness, but he directly came to Krishna. He said clearly, by honest means endeavor, how can I fulfill my desires? That's what question posed by Dhruva Maharaj to Narada Muni. But these people, just as there is a Vrukasura, Bhasmasura, he thought, how can I become powerful? He thought by putting my hand, everyone should get burned. He approached saying Narada Muni. He said, whom I should worship? He thought all Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, they are all equal. But who is most easily pleased? Who can fulfill my the desire quickly? He said, Narada Muni said, Lord Shiva is Asutosh. He is very easily pleased. You better go to and worship. Because Narada Muni knows this person's swabhava is he cannot worship Lord Vishnu. Understand? No? And he is destined to be annihilated, killed. That's why he directed, Narada Muni directed to Lord Shiva. You able to follow, Prabhu?
Yeah.
So the point we should understand two things. One is swabhava, one is what is the motive. The swabhava makes the motive. And the motive makes that his understanding is everyone is equal. That is what is Pashan as per Padma Purana.
Even same point, whatever you were telling, Prabhu, same point was raised by one of the questions asked to one of the Maharaji.
Prabhu, in the earlier ages, people when they worship demigods, they know they are all empowered administrators only. They know. Okay, you cannot compare. Now in the Kali Yuga period only, Prabhupada was saying these Pashandis are more prominent in age of Kali because of the lack of scriptural knowledge. In the earlier ages they are worshipping. They do yajnas, they call Indra, so many demigods, but they know that Vishnu is the supreme.
Yes.
We don't have clarity. That's the problem. Okay, so earlier ages they know Brahman feature is one of the feature, but in this Kali Yuga only they are Mayavadis. We don't say call them Brahmavad, Tattvavadis, right? So that is a difference in motive. Okay, they are not offenders earlier, but here now they are offending. So Pashandis are offenders of Lord. I hope this is clear, Prabhu. Still you have not convinced? Okay. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki, Samaveta Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki. Hare Krishna.